You think I'm dumb? Like I got retarded on the middle of my forehead? Like I'm not. If you claim you want me, really wanna give you, it ain't no that. Hi y'all, welcome back to my channel. I'm gonna zoom out. Alright, so y'all, I have a story time for y'all, and this is a story time basically on my worst roommate experience. And I remember this happened to me a couple years ago. I'm trying to fix my hair, make sure my hair is the way my hair is acting up today. I need my mirror in front of me, okay? But yeah, the way the story time, I remember this story time because I seen somebody else do it, and I was like, oh shit, I remember like way back when I graduated high school, I moved out, and it was the worst experience of my life. I'll never do it again, okay? Alright, so y'all, I graduated high school, and that summer I ran into my childhood best friend. And we was catching up and shit. She was telling me, oh, she had a baby and stuff, and who she had a baby with. And I was just like, whoa, I can't believe that. And she was like, yeah, girl. She's like, my family just moved out the house too, so I have my own crib now. And then she brought up the idea of me moving in with her. So I was like, so I could move out and be away from my sister and my mother? Hell yeah, bitch. So I jumped at the opportunity. So, y'all, this is one thing I need to say. You really don't know somebody until you've been to their house. Okay? You really don't. Like, that friend that you've never been to their house, you don't know them. You could be friends with somebody for so long, and if you've never been to the house, you do not know them. Okay? But anyways, so yeah, I'm like, all right, yeah, hell yeah, I'll get to move out. You know, I just graduated high school. It's time for me to go. So, yeah. So she was like, okay, so like, you know, we talk about moving in and stuff. What we gonna do? She's telling me that the room she gonna get me or whatever. And I'm like, I'm excited. I'm happy. We hype. You know, this is my childhood best friend. Like, who wouldn't want to move in with their best friend or whatever, their childhood best friend? And yeah. So she was like, oh, come by the house, you know, to look at it and everything, you know, just come spend a weekend with me. You know, we could catch up and shit. So I'm like, yeah, right, cool. So I go over there to her house with her, and she was telling me, oh, how there wasn't no groceries in the house and we couldn't go upstairs there, so she used to go to the store. So I was like, all right, cool, I'll buy some groceries for you, that's fine, whatever. Then I'm like, okay, so but why we can't go upstairs? She was like, oh, because my boyfriend's cleaning the apartment. So I'm like, okay, like 30 minutes go by, 40 minutes go by. I'm like, damn, what the fuck? How long he cleaning the place for? Like, and why is your place even that dirty for us to be having, for me to not even be able to go upstairs, you know, and be in the house? Like, your house is that dirty? I was right. So, y'all, we go upstairs, and, y'all, when she opened that door, it was like a filth. Just stink like a odor. Oh, my God, y'all. I could not believe it. And all these things I'm telling y'all, I was not saying this in my head. I was blocking my brain to speak like that, because at the end of the day, like, that was my friend. I don't ever want to think like that of my friend. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying this now years later. So y'all, I walked into the house. Oh my God, the house stinked, and the flies. It was about 100 to 200 flies in that motherfucking house. Ew. Like crazy. And if somebody got mad flies in the house, 9 times out of 10, it's something somewhere that's accumulating them flies. All right. So yeah, I'm like, yo, this house, this really living. Like, I can't believe this shit. So she like, oh yeah, we gotta clean up. You know, her excuse for why the house was like that was because her family just moved out, so that's why the house was filthy like that. So at first I believed her. I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense. You know, whatever. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna help you clean up. Yeah, I was literally helping this girl scrub everything, scrub the walls, scrub everything, paint, wash dishes, clean the kitchens, clean the bathrooms. I was mopping hallways, living rooms, everything. Like, I was really helping her, like, cause that's me. I'm that run or die friend, bitch. I help you in any situation, okay? So yeah, I was helping her clean up everything. And, you know, I think I bought some paint. I was helping her repaint stuff. And, you know, I was just helping her out with everything. And she had a dog, too. And, you know, she had a pit bull. I was helping her walk her pit bull and shit. They was not taking care of that dog. That dog would literally not get walked. Like, I felt so bad for that dog. But we gonna get to that later. So she showed me my room. My room was a mess. So I literally went to work with my room. And I made sure that room was like on point. I hooked up the room, bought my shit and whatever and everything. And yeah, this story is a lot. And so I hooked up my room and shit. And one weekend I had told my boyfriend to come over. And I was like, babe, like, when you come, just walk straight in and go to my room. Don't look at nothing. Don't observe nothing. Because I know him. He's an observer. He's nosy as fuck. He said he not BS. And, you know, he just was going to look. And I knew he was going to look even if I told him not to. And he did exactly that. So when he came, he looking around. He's like, yo, like, it's crazy in here. He go to my room. He like, yo, babe, like, this how your friend live? And I'm like, yeah, she cleaning up. I don't know when she gonna do it, but she said she's cleaning up or whatever. She says because her family moved away. He like, oh, okay. But John, he was like, when he walked from out that hallway into my room, he was able to breathe. He said he could not even breathe until he got into my room. Because, y'all, I scrubbed the shit out of my room. Like, I'm OCD. I get it from my mother. If you come to my house, period. Like, nothing's dirty. Like, we do not do dirt here at all. Not even a little piece of dirt. Like, none of that. We don't do it. My mother's hella clean. My sister's hella clean. Everybody in my family's hella clean. We do not. Like, filth. We hate it. That shit creeps us out. We can't stand it. So, y'all know I was not living in that house, in that room, in a mess. Nah. So, I literally cleaned the shit out of the room. I literally scrubbed all the walls. I scrubbed the floor. I mopped the floor. That shit looked like it was a brand new room. Like nobody lived in that room. Okay? I painted the walls and everything. So, yeah, I did this all by myself. But, yeah, so, basically, I moved in, and where it all started was she had told me in the beginning that her family moved out, and they didn't have to pay rent. And her mom left her apartment rent-free for about 2 years, because something had happened in the system, so it was there rent-free for 2 years, or whatever. So I'm like, all right, cool. Like, I'll move in. I don't gotta pay rent. That's cool. So I'm like, I bought my stuff and everything. So one night I come home. Mind you, I worked at Shake Shack. When you work at Shake Shack, work at food in general, you smell like that food. So I take my clothes off ready to get in a nice shower and go to bed. And I opened that door, and I literally saw a bunch of baby diapers. And I was gonna pick it up to like put it in the garbage, but there was literally maggots and flies, and they just make my stomach hurt thinking about this shit. But there was literally maggots and flies in those diapers, and I literally was about to throw up. And I knocked on her door like, yo, what is that in the bathroom? Like, can you please clean up after yourself? So that was strike one. I was like, okay, is this really her, or was that just a mistake? Oh, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, she like, okay, I'm gonna pick it up. She picked it up, but I took a shower. So I'm like, one day I went, my boyfriend was coming over, and I bought a bunch of snacks and shit for us to have, you know, movie night, whatever. And I put my snacks in the fridge. When I went to go get my snacks was gone. And I asked her, like, yo, who touched my shit? She like, oh, my boyfriend has some, and she like, and my boyfriend friend, mind you, I forgot to tell you, her boyfriend and her boyfriend friend stayed there. All of them lived there. So she's like, oh, my boyfriend and my boyfriend friend has some. I'm like, but they ate the whole thing. Like, they ate the whole thing. Like, come on. Why would they eat all my shit? So I got mad. So it was so bad to the point where I had to just bring my snacks in my room. Period. Like, and also, literally, she was not buying toilet paper and tissue. So I'm sitting here like, okay, so how y'all even use it back to wiping your ass? Because she wasn't buying no toilet paper. I have my own toilet paper. So I'm sitting here like, okay, so if I have the toilet paper, what are y'all using to wipe your asses when you take a shit? Like, nasty. But anyways, y'all, this story is all over the place. This happened a long time ago, and I'm trying to remember everything. Like, every single thing. So, okay, that was what I was missing. Okay, so, one day, we had to go to Harlem, back to where I live, to, go get some things. I need to go to Target to get some things to my room. So her family member drove us here, and she needed to come here to go see her boyfriend's mother and go pick up some stuff. So we come here. I'm waiting for her to come back from her boyfriend's mother's house, and she takes forever to come back. I'm waiting in the car with her family member, and she takes forever to come back. So then when she finally decides to come back, she like, oh, we sitting in the car and we about to drive off, and she's like, oh, so I gotta talk to you about something. I'm like, what happened? She's like, oh, so I'm gonna need you to start paying rent. I'm like,
boy, if you don't get
no. Immediately, like, I'm not even gonna ask you why. I'm not even gonna actually explain stuff. I'm just gonna tell you no. Like, she's like, what do you mean no? I'm like, no, I'm not paying rent. I'm like, do you pay rent? Do your boyfriend pay rent? Do your boyfriend friend pay rent? Last time I checked, rent was free for 2 years. That's what you told me. Rent was free for 2 years. So no, I'm not paying rent. Period. And you wanna know why she wanted me to pay rent? Because I was the only one there who had a job, who worked, who was getting really good income. So that's why she wanted me to pay rent. And I'm like, how you gonna try to do that to me? Somebody that you know before you even know these people, before you even know your own man, before you even know your man friend, me, you gonna tell me to pay rent? Why don't you tell your man to get a job and make him pay rent? Why don't you get a job and you pay rent? When y'all do that, then I'll pay rent. Don't try to make me pay rent knowing damn well, because it's like, you telling me to give you money for rent, but you don't even pay rent. So what am I really giving you the money for? So you can go spend it on some bullshit? No, I'm not giving you no money. I'm not giving you my hard-working money for something that you don't need it for. Like, if you want me to help you out with something else, then I will. But you told me to pay rent when you don't even have to pay rent. I'm not doing it. Hey, bitch, who the fuck you think I am? You think I'm dumb? Like I got retarded on the middle of my forehead? Like, I'm not paying nothing. So she's like, you gonna have to, cause we about to soon start to pay rent. I'm like, girl, bye. Stop fucking lying. Stop fucking lying. And then she like, oh, my boyfriend. She's like, my boyfriend. I don't even want to say his name, so I'm just calling boyfriend. She's like, oh, my boyfriend's mother was saying that I can't let nobody walk all over me and use me. I'm like, bitch, what the fuck, bitch? I knew you before you even knew that bitch. I'm your day one. How you gonna sit here and make it seem like I'm walking all over you, bitch? You asked me to move in. Like, but I'm like, I'm not about to sit here arguing with you, sis. Like, the conversation was over. I wasn't talking about it no more. So a couple days later, I was leaving work, and she had texted me like, oh, go to your mom's house, because she's like, go to your mom's house because I'm not going back home. I'm staying in Harlem today. So I'm like, I can't go to my mother's house because all my stuff is at your house where I currently live. There's nothing at my mom's house, so I can't take a shower there. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, there's nothing there for me to wear or change or shower in. everything is at the house I live in now, which is with you. She was like, oh, well, I don't know what to tell you. You have to stay there because I'm not going back to Harlem. I'm going to see Harlem. I'm not going back to Harlem for like another couple days. Mind you, I just got off work. I'm like, what? Okay, so then just give me the keys and I can go there by myself. She's like, oh, I don't trust nobody with my key. I'm like, what?
What? Bro, what are you talking about?
Yo, you bitches is fucking dumb. I'm like, how you don't trust me with your key? Like, what are you talking about? I live there. Like, the fuck you gonna not give me the key to a place where I live too? Like, she like, oh, alright, whatever, meet me, come get the key, da-da-da. So I meet her to come get the key. And me just thinking ahead of time, I was like, this is not gonna happen again. Like, bitch, you're not about to sit there and have these keys dangling over my head and tell you when I can and cannot come into my house. Like, no, it's not happening. So, you know what I did? That next morning, I woke up early and went to go make a copy of that key. And no, I did not tell her because when I brought up the fact that I was going to make a copy of the key, she was like, oh, I don't want nobody to have a copy of the key above me. I'm like, but I live here. And I'm not going to move on your schedule or when you feel like you could leave and never come back. Because literally, she would come to Harlem and not come back for a month to that house. So, like, I'm not about to sit here and just be moving any type of time and blowing up your phone and looking for you everywhere for a key. Why don't I just have my own? But she was like, no, I don't want nobody to have my key, da-da-da. So I'm like, all right, bitch, you play with me if you want to. I'm a Virgo. That's a Virgo move. Like, okay, bitch, play with me. So that's what the fuck I did. I went and made a copy of the key and I did not tell her. She didn't even not once think, like, how you getting in the house? She's dumb. So, when did it get heated? I don't even remember when it got heated. Like, so, oh yeah, I had gotten to an argument with her a couple days later because of the house being filthy, and her continuously asked me to pay rent, and I'm like, I'm not paying rent because you don't pay rent. This is your house and you don't pay rent, and a bunch of people live here with you and they don't pay rent, but you want me, only me to pay rent because I'm the only one with a job. You're grimy. You're trying to be grimy. You're trying to play with me, and you're not gonna play with me. So I'm not gonna give you what you want. So then it got to the point where she was like, okay, you have to move out. You have to leave. You have to leave my house by this day. Da-da-da. Making it seem like her house was all big and dandy to be in. And if the first place, like, bitch, nobody want to be in your dirty ass house. Like, the fuck? So I'm like, all right, bitch, I'll leave. Like, so she's like, what she said? She's like, I'm gonna be there on this day where you could come and get your stuff. I'm like, no, I'm gonna go get my stuff now. She's like, oh, how you getting in my house? I'm like, bitch, I got my key. She's like, she didn't even answer. This is on Facebook messages. She didn't even answer. Then she calls me. No, she didn't even call me. She sent me a voice note and she was blacking. She was like, Alisa, why the fuck do you got a copy of my key? Da-da-da. I already told you I don't want nobody to have a copy of my key. Give me the copy of my key. Da-da-da. I'm like, bitch, no, I'm not giving you nothing. Because you tried to play with me. Me being your friend, you tried to play with me. And now I'm going to get you back. I'm not giving you nothing. I'm like, bitch, I paid a lot of money for this key. I gassed it. I was like, bitch, I paid $50 for the key. I paid like $15. But I'm like, bitch, did you give me my $50 back for this key? And she's like, I'm not giving you nothing. I'm like, well, you're not getting this key. What are you going to do? Give it to your fucking bum-ass boyfriend? No. Give me my money for this key that I paid for, and then you can get your key. She's like, oh, I'm not giving you nothing. I'm like, all right, cool. Then I'm throwing your key in the garbage. Y'all want to know what this dumb-ass bitch said? She go to say, oh, I don't want nobody to come and rob my house.
Are you dumb?
Are you dumb?
Are you dumb? Are you dumb?
I'm like, bitch, what the fuck you mean? How they gonna know that's the key to your house? What they gonna see in the garbage and just know that it's the key to your house? No, bitch. Like, what's wrong with you? You bitches need to really start smoking weed. Weed makes you stupid. I don't care what nobody's saying. Weed makes you dumb. I was sitting here like, who the fuck gonna come rob your house? How they gonna know that's your key, bitch? Like, you're dumb. So, I'm like, I'm not giving you nothing. And that's just that on that. Like, so, I'm like, oh, and I'm gonna send your dog to the ASPCA because you're not taking care of your dog. She literally, y'all, when I tell y'all, that day that I got into an argument with her about the key, she was in Harlem, and she was in Harlem for like the next couple weeks. Did not once go back to the house because I was at the house. She not once went back to the house. She left that dog in that cage. If I wasn't there, that dog would have been in that cage in its own shit, in its own piss, everything. Locked up for a month. So you know what I did? I called animal control, whatever you want to call it. And I was trying to get that dog some help because I don't play with animals, especially dogs. I do not play with animals, and I wanted to get that dog out of that house because she was not taking care of that dog. She's like, oh, my dog is fine. My dog can live there for a month or over a month. I left her there for 3 months before. I'm like, what? So you left your dog in that cage for 3 months, bro? Are you dead ass? I know you're not telling me that.
And she's like, oh, I barely eat. I feed. She said some shit. I barely eat. The dog is fine. I don't eat as much. The dog don't gotta eat as much. She was getting me tight, livid. So I'm like, you fucking dumb bitch. Now I'm taking your dog. Like, but then my mom was telling me like, no, you can go to jail. She could sue you for that. Don't do that. So I'm like, damn, like, what should I do? Like, I called my boyfriend because he loved dogs just like me. He was like, yo, I don't know what you should do. He's like, don't let the dog loose because then it could die. He was like, you know, just. He was like, let the dog loose in the house, okay? Leave the dog a bunch of food and water and let her be free in the house, okay? So I was like, okay, because it's better than leaving the dog in a cage that's literally like this big, this long for a pit bull. She could barely sit up like this. She has to be like that the whole time. And she's shitting and pissing and stepping in that in her cage, bro. So I'm like, no, I'm going to clean it up and I'm going to let the dog free. So that's what I did. I gave the dog mad food, mad water. I let the dog free in the house to be free to walk around and lay wherever she want. So when I went to go get my stuff, this is exactly what I did. And I had bought my friend at the time. It was one of my cool friends at the time. I worked with her. And after work, we went to the place. And I knew that my friend that I lived with, I knew she wasn't going to be there because she wasn't going to be there for another couple weeks. Because she said she always leave the house and come to Harlem for mad long. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to come get my stuff. And then my friend was like, bitch, you should trash this place. So I didn't trash the place. I trashed my room. I fucked up everything in my room. And I took everything that I wanted from my room because you was not going to have that I paid for. Nothing. Not even a penny, bitch. So I fucked up my room. And I took everything I wanted from my room. And I let the dog free. And I gave the dog food and everything. And let the dog free. So a couple days later, she calls me and she's like, Alisa, what the fuck? And her boyfriend in the background like, that bitch, da 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 da. I'm like, what the fuck she talking about? Like, I'm like, bitch, who the fuck is you talking to? Like, she like, you let my dog out of the cage? Oh my God, it's shit everywhere. Yeah, I was fucking crying. She was like, it's shit and piss everywhere. Oh my God, it's shit in my baby stroller. I'm like, yo, her dog did it. Like, her dog fucked it up in that house. Yo, her dog shit everywhere. She's like, it's shit on my bed. Oh my God, bitch. She's like, why the fuck would you do that? Let me tell you, that bitch knew now. She said she knew not to say she wanted to fight me. Like, she knew. She did not want to say, bitch, when I see you, I'm gonna fuck you up. She knew not to say that to me. So she was like, oh. She's like, what the fuck, Lisa? Why would you do that? I'm like, bitch, I didn't do nothing. All I did, I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, I didn't do anything. Like, I'm like, I don't know how your dog got out the cage. Your dog must have lift up the little latch. Because, you know, some dogs is really that smart to open a latch and come out. You know what I'm saying? She must have just did it. I really don't know. But I'm like, yeah. So I'm like, I don't know how your dog got out the cage. And she like, bitch, I know you. She said, bitch. She's like, I know you. Let my dog out. Da da da. That's fucked up. Da da da. And I don't really feel bad because the fact that if that dog would have stayed in that cage, that dog probably would have died, bro. Like, it really would have died. Like, she didn't leave the dog no food, no water. And it's shit and it's pissing, and it's laying in that. It's laying in its shit and it's piss, bro. Like, I'm not gonna let that dog live. That's like, dogs literally almost equivalent to humans. Would you let a baby be like that? Like, no. So what the fuck? I let the dog loose and gave the dog food and water. She took it on her own to go shit and piss everywhere. That's what y'all get. The fuck? Your dog is not trained. So anyways, yeah, she caught a heart attack, and then she was just like, oh, I want my fucking key. Give me my fucking key. I'm like, bitch, I'm not giving you no fucking key. She's like, oh, if you ever come to my house, we gonna have to fight, Lisa. I'm like, bitch, you know damn well you're not fighting me. So then after that, I never heard from her again, and I did not feel bad. No, I did not feel bad for what I did. I did not want that dog to live like that, and I did not feel bad for telling her I was not paying rent. Cause who does that to their friend? Bitch, everyone in this house is living rent free. Y'all tell me if I'm wrong in the comments. Everyone in this house is living rent free, but you want the only person who has a job to pay rent. No, bitch, do like I got fucking dumbass on my forehead. Like, I'm not paying no fucking rent. Is you stupid? Like, that's how I looked at her. I'm like, bitch, is you dumb? I'm not paying no rent. And it's not like if I give you that money, you was gonna use it for rent. You get what I'm saying? You was gonna use that money for whatever the fuck you was gonna use it for. Weed, a bunch of bullshit. Like, I'm not doing that. But y'all, living with them was a total disaster. Like, they barely even took showers. They was just nasty. Nasty. And I'm not even gonna get on her child because I don't talk about people's child like that. I'm not gonna do that. But y'all, it just wasn't it for me, and that was my worst experience of living with somebody. I would never do it again. I will make sure I know how that person lives in their house before I move in with them. And that's one thing I didn't know. I didn't know how she lived, and she was Puerto Rican on top of that. So I don't even know if that really makes, you know, because I know Spanish people that really be that they. Let me take that back. But yeah, you need to know the person before. Know how the person lived before you move in with them. Period. Like, I will never do that again. Ever again. Ever. No roommate. The only roommate I will have either my sister or my best friend, Lydia. I will never move in with nobody else. Ever. Okay? And that was my experience of my horrible roommate experience. And I'm glad it didn't turn into a fight, because if it would have, I would have went to jail. But yeah, I hope y'all liked it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'm going to see y'all later.